talk show kind of a thing. This is going to be very interactive. I'm very sure you all are going to love it because now we would be knowing more and more about Future TradeX from the founder or from the director actually. So big hand once again from him. Everyone a big hand for him. Come on.
Thank you.
So Mr. Manuel, this is obviously not a very easy term to understand. This is a very, I should say, a very difficult one, but a very beneficial one for everybody. So, how this idea came into your mind of Future TradeX?
All right. So, Future TradeX was a project that had to materialize an idea that came to me around 2013, 2014, which was the time when a new technology came into the market for cryptocurrencies. I have been in tight contact to experts from the IT sector, from different fields, basically cybersecurity and e-commerce for some years. And I was wondering, like many of you probably, how to leave the financial crisis from 2007 behind. During the first years, nobody had a clue how to make the financial market and the banking activity secure and fruitful again. But after 2013, this new technology came, and well, I started thinking this could be the answer. Because everybody was looking for legal reform, more regulation. Yeah, that was the idea after the financial crisis. And there have been efforts in that direction, like the Dodd-Frank Act under the Obama administration. You know, more regulation for the banks, for the brokers, for Wall Street, basically, which is where the whole mess came from. But laws are not enough, because laws need people to follow them. And after the financial crisis, nobody trusted that kind of solution. Not even the persons, the people who issued that law. In fact, right now, this act and this kind of regulations, also in other countries, are very disputed and will maybe be revoked. So, by the equator, let's say, of the financial crisis, there was this young man from Russia and Canada, Mr. Buterin, Vitalik Buterin, who developed the technology of blockchain, which is what everything is based that we are interested in tonight.
So, Mr. Fidalgo, actually, Mr. Vitalik Buterin, we were talking about, how he used the best of the technology in terms of cryptocurrency.
Well, the idea of Mr. Vitalik is his first name, Mr. Buterin, Vitalik Buterin. His idea was, all right, there is the Bitcoin, there is a digital currency, that's the way, that's the right way. But it is too centralized, it is too dependent on the creators of this currency. So Vitalik was 19 when he issued.
Oh my God, just 19?
He was 5 years ago.
Well, this proves that age is just a number.
Age is just a number, exactly. So he just was more idealistic, and he said, no, what we need is, okay, blockchains is good, because the idea of every transaction leaving a digital trace is the idea. But, same as no central bank or no powerful investor should control it, then we need to make sure that that's not going to happen. So his idea, Ethereum, is basically a supercomputer, or more precisely, a network of all computers that you can imagine. So it is an open source. You can't control it, even if you have a lot of computers yourself. All right, because
that's great.
This goes beyond all possibility of buying servers and computers.
Wow, so that's very appreciable. So can we say that it is a very transparent kind of a thing?
Excuse me, say it again?
Shall we say that it is a very transparent kind of a thing where everything is so clear and a person is using it on their own, like you said, the network of all computers together?
Yes, it's a non-interfering technology. So, as I say, it just connects without any harm all servers in the world. Nobody can pay for that, not even the American army. And, well, starting with that, that was an improvement of the Bitcoin technology. And he issued his own company and his own currency called Ether. So when you call the currency Ethereum, it's actually not the right word. Ethereum is the technology. Ether is the currency. Because I know some of you deal with it, same as we do. And, well, back then, when I realized, well, this is the solution. You know, this doesn't depend on human factor. You know, there is no way, the single chance of fraud, of double payment, of B accounting. You know.
That's great. So basically there is no chance of fraud or any kind of double transaction. So I can say it is totally a transparent transaction.
Exactly. There are two ideas about this technology that we have incorporated in FutureTrueX, because we are based on Ethereum technology. We have created our own currency, FutureX, but we are based on Ethereum. There are two basic ideas. It is a very lucrative business, and it is a very secure business.
Absolutely, it is a very secured business, as we are knowing from you.
Well, it is not only about our investors and our company. It's not only about us. It's also about creating a post-crisis scenario. Because this technology makes the financial market finally secure. You know, as I say as a joke sometimes to my partners, look, no more suitcases with banknotes under the bed. That doesn't work anymore. You know, this is, every transaction leaves a trace. Whatever you do. Transfers are fast, secure, and they are for free or at a very minimum cost. So there is a second consequence. Not only the financial market will be more secure, the banks are going to lose weight, and that's good for everyone.
Yes, so when it comes to investment, everyone seeks profit in investment. So definitely everyone is sitting here to know that why one should choose Future TradeX only.
Well, the difference between Mr. Vitalik Buterin and me is that I have a more, I have a bigger picture what our financial moment is concerned. Which means that this financial crisis that has victimized all of us, that has discouraged investors all over the world, needs to be understood a little bit more than just a tool. The tool is there, and it is the right tool. But we need to understand that we are not only working on our own interest, but we are also building a new way to make business. It is also in our interest because without a secure financial market, our investments are not secure. But one thing I want you really to let you understand tonight, basically, is that we are changing history. This is the 21st century. The 21st century has not showed its face yet because we had terrorism at the beginning, 2001. Then we had a financial crisis, 2007. Just now, we are doing something that is a response to all of that. Okay, 2017. If you look back, the 20th century. The 20th century started in 1918, when the First World finished. So we are not late. But I wish you to understand that this is not only about how much money we are going to make, which is going to happen because we are pioneers. You and I, we know about this. Most of the world is just having a hint. But we are not only making profit from this, we also are building the nest where we are laying our eggs. Yeah?
That's great. So what is the kind of growth you are expecting from it?
The kind of what? Excuse me?
The kind of growth you are expecting from this
growth. Well, so first of all, the word growth reminds me of one of my basic ideas for Future TradeX, which is we grow as long as you grow with us, and this is about letting you investors grow. We can't grow without you, so I hope you feel committed to that, because as long as you are there, we are going to achieve our goals. The growth we expect in the more specific terms is, well, as you know, Future TradeX has 4 basic activities: trading, mining, ICOs, initial coin offerings, like finding investors, and cyber audits. These are our 4 activities. So we offer a coin, but we also offer services. Well, we have created FutureX, our coin. We also trade with other coins, mainly Ethereum, but we have created our own. The next future looks as follows. Our international teams are working on 3 goals. Creating merchant tie-ups, which means opening the markets to our digital currency, healthcare, hotel booking, flight booking, car leasing, whatever, housing, whatever expense will be possible in digital currency within 2 years, because we are not the only ones working on it. There are other companies. That leads me to the second point, strategic alliances. We are working on strategic alliances with other crypto markets, because same as us, they know we are building a whole new market. Third, institutions. We are cooperating, we are offering our cooperation with institutions. You know, China, the government of China has said no to digital currency. Why? Because China is a dictator. They don't want to lose control about money. All other countries I know are accepting it reluctantly. Central banks don't want to lose their power. Private banks either. They don't want to lose the transfers, but they will adapt. They have no choice. They will. In fact, the Indian Central Bank has issued 1 or 2 weeks ago an announcement saying they are creating their own digital asset, which is called Lakshmi. Lakshmi, the goddess of money, is that right?
That's right.
That's right. So, I mean, they are adapting to it because this is what's going to happen. So, concerning Future to the X and FutureX, our plans is for the next 6 months, we are going to see how our digital asset, our digital currency will multiply its worth by 10 according to the evolution. Since now, you know, talking about future benefits is not always the best way to approach business. But in this case, everything is so much based on algorithms, on mathematical calculi. You know, the amount of FutureX is limited, that you can afford to say what is going to happen. So our scenario is, in the 6 months, we are going to multiply the equivalent of FutureX by 10, which means it will be $100 per unit.
Oh, that's huge.
Well, yeah, there are, I don't know if there is any item in the world that makes that in 6 months. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Maybe. There is one, but it's not an item. So I guess after that, everybody's gonna think what I started thinking in 2000.
Great. Everyone, once again, a big hand, a big round of applause.
We are putting at your service our expertise, our knowledge, our force, so that you profit from it, same as we will. We need you to make this possible, and the world will thank you for it. I really mean it. I mean, I wish we can meet Mr. Buterin in 2 or 3 years in Sweden when they give him the Nobel Prize for Peace or Economy.
everyone a big hand. So thank you so much for sharing your valuable knowledge with us. And once again, I request you all to please give a big, big, big hand, a big round of applause. So thank you so very much for joining us, for sharing your valuable knowledge. It was a great time with you. We request you to please stay here with us only. And thank you so much once again. So he's a great leader among all of us. And I can say that a great leader is a person who is like a cream on the top. And he is like that person. So sir, once again, we are very thankful for your presence. So last thing, this is not related to this event, but I want you to wish everyone a very happy Diwali by saying Shubh in Hindi. Okay, you will repeat after me. Okay? Shubh.
Shubh.
Deepavali. Deepavali.
Deepavali.
Perfect. Everyone, a big hand for him. Which ultimately means a very happy Diwali. Thank you so much.
Very happy Diwali, everyone.